Savitri Devi. Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji, for your association in the call. Please take over, Mataji. Today we are reading Sri Caitanya Caritamrta Antya lila 16,118 onwards, Mataji.
Thank you, Anjana Gopika Mataji. Thank you all for joining us. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas. We are going to read from Sri Caitanya Caritamrta Antya lila, chapter 16. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Guru Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Mitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanutamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are reading now Sri Caitanya Caritamrta Antya lila, chapter 16. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is tasting the nectar of the lips from Krishna. Reading from text number 118. Shloko Shuni Mahaprabhu Mahatushta Hoila Radharo Utkantha Shloko Purite Lagila. Upon hearing Ramananda Rai quote this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. Then he recited the following verse, which had been spoken by Srimati Radharani in great anxiety. So in this section, we are hearing about the glories of the sound of flute. As we know, in Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita, Mahaprabhu highlighted Krishna's special quality as Rasaraj, as Ramananda Rai saw in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna and Radharani. Rasaraj, Mahabhav, Duyak Roop. Mahabhav Swarupini, Radha Thakurani. And Rasaraj Swarup is Krishna. Rasaraj, Kamadev. Krishna is transcendental. Kamadev. He is the king of all rasas. From Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we know there are 64 transcendental qualities of Krishna. And 4 qualities, extraordinary transcendental qualities, are always present in Krishna. We cannot even see in Lord Narayana, right? Lord Narayana has 60 transcendental qualities. Lord Shiva has 55 transcendental qualities, and Jiva has 50 transcendental qualities, but Krishna has very special 4 extraordinary special qualities. What are those? We know one is Benu Madhuri, second is Rupa Madhuri, 3 is Lila Madhuri, and Bhakta Madhuri. Mahaprabhu highlighted his Bhakta Madhuris and Benu Madhuris and Rupa Madhuris more than anything else. In English, we understand, as Srila Prabhupada said, that Lila Madhuri, Rasaraj Krishna has his wonderful pastimes, which are compared to an ocean of nectar. His wonderful pastimes in Vrindavan, like childhood pastimes. But Mahaprabhu highlighted his Kaishwara Leela. In Vrindavan, Krishna did Balya Leela, Pauganda Leela, and Kaishwara Leela. Means fresh youth is known as Kishore. So that Kishore, Krishna, performed extraordinarily charming, attractive, conjugal pastimes with gopis headed by Srimati Radharani. So that one Mahaprabhu highlighted, that is called Bhakta Madhuri, his association in the circle of the supreme devotees in conjugal love, the gopis. That is very special about Krishna. Other specialty is his playing on the flute, whose vibration attracts the 3 worlds. Another is his extraordinary beauty, which surpasses the beauty of the 3 worlds. Lord Krishna's beauty is unequaled and unsurpassed. So what is the specialty of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta? The specialty about Caitanya Caritamrita is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special tasting of these 3 qualities of Krishna mostly. What are those? Bhakta Madhuri. Krishna is association with the supreme devotees in conjugal rasa, gopis, pastimes with Krishna. Radharani's pastimes with Krishna. Second is Benu Madhuri, his glorification of Benu's flute song in remembrance of gopis, remembering the Benu's song, or Bamshi Dhwani, or the song of flute in Vrindavan. And third is his extraordinary beauty, Kamdev. And that beauty, every day we think about it. Every day we meditate on that, Benu and his beauty. What is that? Every day we chant at least one verse from Brahma Samhita. Venun kvanantamarabindalayataksam Barahabatam samasitambuddha sundarangam Kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head bedecked, head decked with peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the blue of tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. We worship that Govinda, the Cupid Govinda, Kamadev, Rasaraj, Krishna. The matchless beauty of Krishna, the supreme Lord of Goloka, uh, is being described by Mahaprabhu throughout the Sri Caitanya Caritamrta, right? The flute, by his enchanting musical sound, attracts the hearts of all living beings, just as the lotus petal produces a pleasant sight. So the two beautiful eyes of Krishna, who causes the manifestation of our spiritual vision, display the unlimited splendor and beauty of his moon-like face, the loveliness that adorns his head with peacock feather figures the corresponding feature of the spiritual beauty of Krishna, just as the mass of blue cloud offers a specifically soothing, pleasant view. The complexion of Krishna is analogously tinged with the spiritual dark blue color. The beauty and loveliness of Krishna is far more enchanting that of Cupid multiplied a millionfold. That is our subject of meditation. Krishna's beauty means four qualities, extra qualities of Krishna we celebrate. So through Chaitanya Charitamrita, we understand how to focus our minds on Krishna, on special four qualities of Krishna: Venu Madhuri, Lila Madhuri, Bhakta Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri. This is the way we are getting trained up. Krishna as well as Golok Dham. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanais Tadham Brindavanam. Both simultaneously. From Bhagavad Gita also we understand, Srila Prabhupada is pointing out, mat karma krit mat paramo mad bhakto sangavarjita nirvaira sarvabhuteshu yah sa mameti pandava. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada says mat paramo means focus your mind on the param dham, our destination, Golok Dham, where Radha Krishna reside and surrounded by his loving devotees, especially the devotees in conjugal rasa. That's why throughout the Chaitanya Charitamrita we are hearing about that, because Mahaprabhu tasted that. Through Mahaprabhu, we are able to focus our mind on these four extraordinary qualities, transcendental qualities, characteristics of Krishna alone, Rasaraj Swarupa. So this 118, what we just read, is after hearing a beautiful verse from Rai Ramananda, he started to think or recited a verse which has been spoken by Srimati Radharani in great anxiety. Anxiety means here uh, in great love mm, for Krishna. See, our training is like that. Mm. Through the gopis, how the gopis loved Krishna. Mm. That is the point. By being inspired by the loving devotees of Krishna, how they are loving Krishna wholeheartedly, we then desire to love Krishna wholeheartedly, purely. Pancham Purushartha, Prema Pramartha Mahan. So that's the point. So let's go to the next. That this not moving. Okay, here. Go to the next. That Srila Prabhupada. Sorry. Okay. Braja Tula Kulanga Netara Rasali Trishna Harapadi Pradivyad Adharamrita Sukrid Labhya Felalava Sudhajid Ahi Vallikas Sudala Vitika Charvita Same Madana Mohana Sakhi Tanoti Jihua Spriham. My dear friend, the all-surpassing nectar from the lips of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, can be obtained only after many, many pious activities. For the beautiful gopis of Vrindavan, the nectar vanquishes the desire for all other tastes. Madana Mohana always chews pan, and that surpasses the nectar of heaven. He is certainly increasing the desire of my tongue. This is from, I think, where's that? Okay. So here from Srimad Bhagavatam, also we know there's a chapter known as Benugit, right? And that is 21, chapter number 21. The gopis glorify the song of Krishna's flute. Here also, Mahaprabhu, actually Mahaprabhu, said this verse, and in Govinda Lilamrita, the verse has been quoted, means written. Many verses Mahaprabhu spoke, and his associates wrote those verses immediately, and used those verses in different books, like Govinda Lilamrita. One from this one verse, that is 8.8. So Mahaprabhu, just like we understand Sikshashtakam also was his verses he spoke. Besides, there are also many verses he spoke. He did not write any verses, but he spoke, and his associates wrote those verses for our benefit. So if we go to the text number 21, chapter number 21, Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis glorify the song of Krishna's flute. See, Mahaprabhu's meditation on Krishna was mainly these points: conjugal rasa of the gopis for Krishna. One of them is Krishna's flute, Benugit. Benugit. So we are going to read a little bit. It would be very helpful for us. If we understand Mahaprabhu's mood, then easily we can enter into the mood of gopis too. We can understand, we can merge ourselves in the ocean of bhakti of gopis. That is the real purpose. Within this lifetime, we can achieve our perfection. What is the perfection? Perfection of life is if we can become pure devotees of Krishna. in and established in rasa with him. When one tastes the rasa in friendship, that is called sakya rasa. Taste the rasa of servitorship, dasya rasa. Taste of rasa in conjugal relationship, madhurya rasa, vatsalya rasa. When we taste the rasa, and Mahaprabhu is inviting the tasting of the rasa as he is tasting. Okay, we can be inspired. That's the point. So let's, I'm reading the summary version of the chapter 21 from Srimad Bhagavatam. The gopis glorify the song of Krishna's flute, just like Radharani is glorifying Krishna's flute. And Mahaprabhu has quoted that, right? So this chapter describes how Lord Shri Krishna entered the enchanting forest of Vrindavan upon arrival of autumn, and the praises the young covered girls sang when they heard the vibration of his flute. As Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram, and their cowherd friends entered the forest to graze the cows, Krishna began playing his flute. The gopis heard the enchanting flute song and understood that Krishna was entering the forest. Then they narrated to each other the Lord's various activities. The gopis declared to see Lord Krishna playing his flute while taking the cows to pasture is the highest perfection. For the eyes, what pious activities has the flute performed that enable him to freely drink the nectar of Lord Krishna's lips? A blessing we cowherd girls find difficult to achieve. Hearing the song of Krishna's flute, the peacocks dance and all the other creatures become stunned when they see them, demigoddesses, traveling through the sky in their airplanes, are vexed by Cupid and their garments become loose. The ears of the cows stand on end as they drink the nectar of the flute song, and their calves simply stand stunned. The milk they have been drinking from their mother's udders still in their mouths. The birds take shelter of the branches of the trees and close their eyes, listening to the song of Krishna's flute with rapt attention. The flowing rivers become perturbed by conjugal attraction for Krishna and, stopping their flow, embrace Krishna's lotus feet with the arms of their waves, while the clouds serve as parasols of parasols to shade Krishna's head from hot sun. The Aborigine women of the Shavara race, seeing the grass stained by the red kumkuma adoring the Lord's lotus feet, smear their vermilion powder upon their breasts, the faces and faces to alleviate the distress created by Cupid. Govardhan Hill offers grass and various kinds of fruits and bulbous roots in worship of Lord Shri Krishna. All the non-moving living beings take on the characteristics of moving creatures, and the moving living beings become stationary. These things are all very wonderful, and it's a fact. And it's fact, uh, you know, here the Radharani, that Radharani is speaking about the flute song. Where's the verse? I don't see the verse, so I'm going back to the book. The flute song, because the more we meditate on this, more we become advanced. is required to meditate, meditatively study, not just study, but meditatively study. My dear friend, the all surpassing nectar from the lips of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna can be obtained only by many, many pious activities for the beautiful gopis of Vrindavan. The nectar vanquishes the desire for all other tastes. Madan Mohan always chews pan that surpasses the nectar of heaven. He is certainly increasing the desire for my tongue. Sometimes, Krishna would share the pan prasad after chewing by himself, and they would taste the nectar, and that is the way. Just like we taste the we taste the nectar of Krishna in the form of prasad. In the form of prasad, we taste the nectar. Similarly, because they are in conjugal rasa, and pan is also a special quality of Krishna, that he chews pan and he gives prasad to the gopis, and gopis also desire, just like uh, in the pastimes of Krishna with the cowherd boys. We know sometimes the cowherd boys also would snatch the food from Krishna's mouth, half eaten food, and then they would eat also. Or sometimes they would eat first and then pushed in the mouth of Krishna. They were in the equal level of friendship. And Krishna allowed that. Krishna enjoyed that. This is Krishna's special love for the devotees. He gives full right to the devotees um, to play with him, to be attached with him in any other ways, mainly 5 rasas. And we should not stay outside of the rasas. We must be connected with Krishna through rasa. And then we enjoy the transcendental, blissful, spiritual life. We should become one with the transcendental, blissful, spiritual life. Right now, we are one with the material life. Material life. We become so much influenced by the material happenings, so much absorbed. Means we can watch the suffering, or we can understand the suffering without being identifying ourselves with that. And at the same time, we can identify ourselves with the spiritual life in the spiritual world, Golok Dham. The way the devotees are related with Krishna and enjoying life, spiritual life, blissful life right now, there. Here in this earth, we are right now going through the suffering of pandemic and other problems, death problem, right? Birth, death, old age and diseases, and 3-4 miseries we are going through right now. They are all painful, especially painful the death over here. Who can deny it? Because so many people are dying, we are sad. But right now, in the spiritual world, the festivals are going on, festivals of joy, bliss. Well, we are bereft of that. So, invitation is there. for us to merge our consciousness into that spiritual life, blissful life, oneness with that spiritual life, transcendental life in rasa. So by hearing the flute song of Krishna, we forget all other sufferings and cravings, cravings in the heart. Anya vilashita shunyam. We become completely uh, free from any other cravings other than our connection with Krishna through rasa, service through rasa. Mm. So this is the point. Although we live here, no problem, but we should not identify ourselves with those things. Identify with Golok Dham. Golok Dham means the devotees, and devotees means their relationship with Krishna. Their relationship with Krishna means how they're worshipping Krishna through different rasas. So, especially the gopis were very much, uh, very much interested in describing or remembering the position of the flute, because they are in conjugal rasa and they are seeing Lord Krishna always playing the flute means they're seeing that Krishna is always filling the holes of the flute with the nectar of his lips, and they have the right to have the nectar of lips of Krishna. They are transcendentally jealous with the flute because of the flute's special position, and Lord Krishna always holding the flutes in his hand, flute in his hand. Once I was washing the velvet coverings of flutes of Sri Radha Madhav. At least 30, long, like packets, where they keep the flutes of Radha Madhav. A devotee gave me to wash it. And I did it with so much joy, and so much joy that Radha Madhav has different sizes of flute, murali, bamshi, different design. So they all keep in a very beautiful case, like pillowcase, case, and nicely they keep. Yeah, then I was reading, thinking, Krishna is never Krishna without flute. Like Krishna is never Krishna without the peacock feather on his head, right? So devotees who are in conjugal rasa is very much absorbed in thinking of the flute, how fortunate flute is, so always being held by Krishna and always, serving Krishna by being attached in the lips. And Krishna mercifully gives the nectar. And his nectar of lip enters into the body of flute. The same way in our stage now, when we take a prasadam, we should meditate on that Krishna's nectar of the lips entered into the prasad. That's why prasad is so tasty. Although it is made of the ordinary material ingredients, but when it is touched by the lips of Krishna, that was the other, beginning portion of this chapter of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta about prasad, how the nectar has entered into the prasad from the lips of Krishna. So gopis meditating on the flute about it. We meditate on the prasad as well as flute. Those chapters are very, very wonderful to meditate on Krishna as a Rasaraj, Benu Madhuri, Bhakta Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, and Lila Madhuri. Right. So here Radharani's point is beautiful. And by saying that, what Mahaprabhu did, I don't see the verse, please. Can you bring it down? Down, down, down. No, up. I'm sorry. Number down. A little bit more. Up, up. 20. 20, 20. No, no, no. 20. Now 20. So we heard it from Radharani's, Radharani's your words, and some of the verses will speak from the chapter 21 from Shrimad Bhagavatam after reading a little bit. 120, Ato kohi Gauro Prabhu Bhavabishto hoiya Dui Shlokero Artho Kare Prolapo Koriya. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed by ecstatic loving emotions, talking like a madman. He began to explain the meaning of the two verses that he heard it. One is from Sri Ramananda Rai, another he quoted by himself. So now he is explaining that also. Meaning, in his madness, means total absorption in loving Krishna, in loving thought of Krishna. This is required. We criticize Krishna here. We are not in agreement with Krishna here. We are very much critical to find faults in Krishna. Why Krishna is doing this? Why Krishna is doing that? But Mahaprabhu is training us differently. Training us differently. Enter into the moods of the residents of Vrindavan, especially the gopis. Aradhya Vraja Bhagavan Brajeshatana Stadhama Vrindavanam. Kachit Pasana Brajavadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita. These are the main topics in Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. So we can also develop the greed to love Krishna in so many different ways. This is the point. The more we see the pastimes of Krishna through the medium of Mahaprabhu's tasting the rasa, we become purified and eligible also to enter into the mood. The more we follow Mahaprabhu in our Dasya Bhakti, the more we become, uh, eligible, or we progress to enter into Vrindavan Rasa, because we are following, we are going behind Mahaprabhu. We are following in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu, and then where we reach Vrindavan, or he is Radha Krishna combined form. Now he is explaining those two verses, and because he's so overwhelmed by ecstatic loving emotion. This is the point. The emotions are there in the heart. It should be unlocked. We try to understand things through the brain. There we make the mistakes. There should be natural growth of the heart, natural awareness more and more, just like a child grows up. A child first understands the relation with the mother, then father, then brother, sister, siblings, then neighbors, then country, the community, the government, everything becomes aware. Similarly, our growth should be like that, more and more becoming aware of the spiritual truth. Through the brain, no, sir. Emotion does not come from the brain. The loving, ecstatic emotions come from the heart. So 121, 122. Tonu mano karayo kobo, barayo shuroto lobo, harsho shukadi bharo, binashayo, pashorayo anyorasho, jagat kare atmabasho, lajja dharmo, ধৈর্য করে ক্ষয়, নাগর শুনো তোমারও অধর চরিত, মাতায় নারীর মন জিহ্বা করে আকর্ষণ, বিচারিতে সব বিপরীত। Translation: My dear lover, Nagara. Nagara means my dear lover. So nice. The gopis are addressing Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said in the mood of Srimati Radharani, let me describe some of the characteristics of your transcendental lips. They agitate the mind and body of everyone. They increase lusty desire for enjoyment. They destroy the burden of material happiness and lamentation. And they make one forget all material tastes. The whole world falls under their control. They vanquish shame, religion, and patience, especially in women. Indeed, they inspire madness in the minds of all women. Your lips increase the greed of the tongue and that thus attract it. Considering all this, we see that the activities of your transcendental lips are always paradoxical. We understood the flute sound attracts the three worlds, even the non-moving living beings, moving or non-moving. That we heard from 21, chapter 21 from Srimad Bhagavatam. The gopis describe. Here, Mahaprabhu in the mood of Pradhana Gopi, Srimati Radharani, the foremost Gopi, Srimati Radharani. Let me describe some of the characteristics of transcendental lips. See that their focus is totally on Krishna's beautiful face, Krishna's form, very attractive. With the lips he smiles, he speaks. Also he gives the nectar in the form of prasad or flute sound. Lips speak a lot of things. Eyes speak a lot of things, isn't it? Communicate. Actually, Krishna would communicate with the gopis whole day through the sound of flute. Although apparently he would go to the forest by taking the cows and calves with the covered boys, and by playing the flute, he would give the assurance to the gopis who would not follow, means cannot go to the forest with Krishna, isn't it? Gopis only understood the message. This is the secret part. Gopis would hear the flute sound and what is the message and what is actual things that they can actual things where they can meet with Krishna, and when they would meet with Krishna, everything. Krishna never neglects his devotees. Although he would go to the forest the daytime, but would always keep connection with the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. Actually, in the midday, Radharani and gopis would go for worshipping Surya Dev, right? On the bank of where? Radha Kunda. So his messages were all about that, through the book of Shikshamrita, written by Rupa Goswami, you understand. Gauriya Vaishnavas are very much focused on the pastimes of Radha Krishna and gopis on the bank of Radha Kunda more than any other pastimes. Because Radharani and the gopis go there to meet with Krishna by overcoming all the obstacles. And we assist. Gopis assist Radharani to meet with Krishna, union with Krishna. And that is our parampara. We are always assisting Radharani and Krishna to be together. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that we cannot tolerate their separation. Radha's separation from Krishna, Krishna's separation from Radha. We cannot tolerate. That is our service, our highest service, how to bring them together. And we enjoy together. We cannot just see alone Krishna, alone Radha, never. So this is the point. And this lips, nectar of lips, that is the part and parcel of their conjugal rasa. And one verse is, that, here the point is that lust, they agitate the mind of the body and body of everyone. They increase lusty desire for enjoyment in conjugal rasa with Krishna, transcendental. It's not material. They destroy the burden of material happiness and lamentation. These are the bondage we are having when we react through the happiness, material happiness, and react through the material distress. We increase our bondage, means we cannot get the liberation. But the flute sound, when we meditate on Krishna, flute sound, his communication with the gopis and gopis' communication with Krishna through flute sound, their meditation, then we become free from that kind of burden. They make forget all material tastes. The whole world falls under the control. They vanquish shame. As we know, gopis, they cross all impediments. Shame, religion, so-called religion, patience, especially in women. Women are fortunate because women means we are female energy of Lord. Indeed, they inspire madness in the minds of all women. Your lips increase the greed of the tongue and thus attract. For us, when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Krishna descends on the tongue and dances. We taste the nectar of the lotus feet of Krishna through the tongue, actually. The more we taste the holy name, means we taste the nectar of the lotus feet of Krishna. This is beautiful point, considering all these, we see that activities of your transcendental lips are always paradoxical. Means increases, the greed increases, never ceases. Here in the Bhagavad Gita, we understand by going for the material sense enjoyment, our greed increases for material sense enjoyment, and we never feel satisfied. But here, different type of paradoxical, different types of increasing of desire. Okay, let's go to the next, please. 123. Achuko nariro kayo kohite boshiye lajo tomaro adhoro boro drishto rayo purusho kore akorshano apona piyaite mono anya rasho shavo pasho rayo. My dear Krishna, since you are a male, it is not very extraordinary that the attraction of your lips can disturb the minds of women. But I am ashamed to say that your impudent lips sometimes attract even your flute, which is also considered a male. It likes to drink the nectar of your lips, and thus it also forgets all other tastes. Gopis are transcendentally jealous, and they are seeing the flute as their rival, as a male. They're claiming that we have full right over the nectar of your lips, not another male. These are all transcendental varieties of the same emotion, conjugal rasa. So let's, I'm reading a little bit from some translation of that 21 chapter, text number 9 from Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear gopis, what auspicious activities must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's lips independently and leave only a taste for us gopis, for whom the nectar is actually meant. The forefathers of the flute, the bamboo trees, shed tears of pleasure. His mother, the river, on whose bank the bamboo was born, feels jubilation, and therefore her blooming lotus flowers are standing like hair on her body. Means gopis are seeing that way, and they're talking like a mad women. And Sanatan Goswami gives an alternative explanation. The trees are crying because they are unhappy at not being able to play with Krishna themselves. One may object that the trees in Vrindavan should not lament for that which is impossible for them to obtain, just as a beggar certainly does not lament because he is forbidden to meet the king. But the trees are actually just like intelligent persons who suffer when they cannot obtain the goal of life. Thus, the trees are crying because they cannot get the nectar of Krishna's lips. Means all are their way of glorifying the flute. It may be negatively, but ultimately they're glorifying the fortune of the flute. Sometimes they would snatch the flute from Krishna and hide. They would be very much jealous about the flute. No, just get rid of flute. You just talk with us. You just, pay your attention to us, not the flute. These are all transcendental madness of, gopis. And it's true that we are not in that level, but we understand the depth of attraction for Krishna. We can also then desire the, pure attraction for Krishna may awaken in our hearts. Just like we have so much natural attraction in this material world for material things, material sense enjoyment, material happiness, material fortune. Similarly, we may pray to Lord, may my attraction increase day by day for Krishna. May I have also a depth of attraction like ocean for Krishna. The desire must be there, although we are not there. Where's the book? Book is lost. Can you please show the book? I have to read 2 more verses. Hare Krishna. Am I disconnected?
No, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
We can hear you.
Yes, Mataji, we can hear you.
Okay. Now I'm going to my phone to read the verse.
Which book you want, Mataji? Can I share if you want?
This is the Caitanya Caritamrta.
Oh, the same?
Yeah, it is not done yet.
No, I thought...
We have little time.
Okay.
Because time to time I'm going back to the 21, but I'm reading from my phone.
Yeah. So which verse?
Thank you.
23, right?
Now 24, 124. Sha chetano ruho dure achetano সচেতন করে তোমারও অধর বড় বাজি করো তোমারও বেনু তোমারও বেনু শুষ্কিন্ধন তারও জন্মায় ইন্দ্রিয় মন তারে আপনা পিয়ায় নিরন্তর. Aside from conscious living beings, even unconscious matter is sometimes made conscious by your lips. Therefore, your lips are great magician. Paradoxically, although your flute is nothing but a dry wood, your lips constantly make it drink their nectar. They create a mind and senses in the dry wooden flute and give it transcendental bliss. So we are seeing Mahaprabhu was meditating on the flute song or qualities of the flute song and glorifying the flute song. Exactly like the gopis were glorifying flute song in Srimad Bhagavatam and taking us to that chapter that we can also meditate on that. You know, it's not that how much we are reading, how much we are hearing classes, how much we are keeping ourselves busy. It's not all about bhakti or sadhana. Sadhana is how much we are retaining and we are able to meditate, absorb ourselves throughout the day without any interruption. That is sadhana. Means we may hear or read or should read and hear class 1 or 2. Even 1 is enough. But now go deep inside that class, the sound vibration of the class or the reading. Meditation is very important. Just like devotees of Krishna, gopis, they were meditating and Mahaprabhu is meditating, showing the meditation, degree of absorption, degree of meditation makes us pure and makes us pure devotees. So that's here the gopis' jealousy with the flute we are hearing. Exactly like Mahaprabhu also hearing, how the sound vibration of flute makes the moving living beings stationary and non-moving living beings or non-living things, moving. This is very extraordinary. And in Vrindavan, everything is living, Yamuna, water, or anything. All are conscious beings. It's unbelievable, means transcendental. So here, as Mahaprabhu speaking, that unconscious matter is sometimes made conscious by your lips, means through the sound vibration. Sound vibration goes everywhere by hearing that sound vibration, meditating, oh, Krishna is vibrating this flute. He is sending the nectar. Is special. Therefore, your lips, great magician. Paradoxically, although your flute is nothing but a dry wood, your lips constantly make it drink the nectar. The gopis' jealousy. Here, some of the things, I'm reading a little bit and then I'll finish. Krishna's beauty and character, create a festival for all women. Know that. Yeah. When the rivers hear the flute song of Krishna, their minds begin to desire him, and thus the flow of their currents is broken and their waters are agitated, moving around the whirlpools. Then, with the arms of the waves of rivers, embrace Murari's lotus feet and holding on to them, present offerings of lotus flowers. So, it is, everything is so transcendental, is so wonderful to meditate on that. Then how the flute song stirs the minds or hearts, agitates the consciousness, and agitates the heart of gopis, and creates more love for Krishna, desire, attraction for more loves for Krishna. Unbelievable. So that is the point here. Means the flute song shakes the heart of the gopis. And now in Kali Yuga, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is known as the flute song of Krishna. Whenever there is Hare Krishna Sankirtan is going on, nobody can stay without being attracted. Without being attracted. Same thing, when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it shakes the heart, the sound vibration. And it agitates the heart and attracts the heart. And Krishna forcibly steals the heart. Of course, pure heart. He's attracted to the pure hearts of the devotees. Krishna is never attracted to anything material. He is attracted with the pure spiritual heart. And with pure spiritual heart, when we hear or chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or we participate in Harinam Sankirtan, then we feel increasing attraction to Krishna, exactly like the nectar of lips of Krishna. Mahaprabhu actually chanted Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So Maha Mantra is already coming from the lips of Mahaprabhu and enters into the heart through the passage of ear. Only we have to fix our minds to the sound vibration of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It is not caused by our own effort. The pure holy name descends from Golok Dham, from the lips of Mahaprabhu, and descends on the soul or the heart, and from there it comes to the tongue and spread the influence all over the body. Body becomes more joyful. Everything, mind, heart, senses, everything becomes joyful when we hear Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanted by Mahaprabhu. This is our meditation. Whenever we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, already tasted by Mahaprabhu. That's why it is especially powerful right now in Kali Yuga. All other processes are very weak to take us back home, back to Godhead. But holy name chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is so powerful, especially made powerful and nectarian, because Krishna himself in the form of Mahaprabhu chanted. Like Srimad Bhagavatam, we say, Shukamukhad Drava Amritam. the Srimad Bhagavatam came from the lips of Shukadev Goswami. That's why especially nectarian and attractive and beneficial. Similarly, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra came to this world through the lips of Mahaprabhu. Still, Mahaprabhu Sankirtan is going on. It is Nitya Lila in Sri Navadvip Dham, also in Golok Dham, in Shvetodip Dham. Golok Dham has two chambers, Gokul and Shvetodip. Another name of Shvetodip is Navadvip, that we have got the information from Brahma Samhita. And there Mahaprabhu is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Golokero Prema Dhana Harinam Sankirtana. It is coming directly from Golok Dham and descend on the soul by the touch of Mahaprabhu. In this way, if we meditate Mahaprabhu's meditation on Krishna, holy name, then we progress. Okay, so this much we can cover today. And thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Haribol, are you hearing me?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Koti Koti Dandat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada.
I'm sorry.
Mataji, we
Thank
all
you.
are hearing. We are just involved in your Leelas, Mataji. Hari Hari Gauranga. Shri Ram Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Nityananda, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. After a long time, we get your association. Koti Koti Dandat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Very nice nectarious lecture. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
There's a point that I've been trying to understand better. You know, you've been saying that how should I say? You know, this bhakti process is a matter of becoming more mature rather than trying to advance by using the brain, you know, which I interpret as, you know, rather than being like an intellectual process. But at the same time, you also say that, you know, we should do our hearing or reading, you know, trying to absorb ourselves in it, you know, go more deeply into it, you know?
Yes.
So going more deeply, you know, I think, you know, it's like when we're reading Shastra, right? We have to engage the intellect, you know? And so I'm just trying to understand how, you know, our use of our intellect is supposed to be employed when this is a process of becoming more mature in our devotion. You know, I'm just not clear about this point when you say that it's a matter of becoming more mature, not, you know, trying to use our brain power like that. I'm not clear about this.
Yes. If you remember well, that time the emotion, transcendental emotion part we were discussing, it doesn't come from brain.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from heart. Okay. When I was making a point, I was saying it is not that how many readings are doing, how many lectures we're hearing. Main point is retaining and absorption, meditating. It's not the whole day I'm just doing so many, hearing so many lectures, reading so many books, but then I forget. Not able to absorb. This is not sadhana. Absorption is sadhana. Just for the knowledge, Rupa Goswami said, Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadya anapritam. For the collecting the information is not my goal.
Yeah.
How much I'm absorbing myself, how much I'm retaining and transforming. So the answer is information, 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 and not transformation is not sadhana. Transformation comes through this deep meditation and absorption by changing the heart and by awakening our transcendental deep hankering to merge into the rasa and love. That was my point. Okay.
Okay, so another way to say it is by trying to apply, by trying to understand the Shastra and then trying to apply it in our lives, then Krishna will reciprocate by giving us that feeling in the heart.
Yes, Krishna sees our intention. For what intention we are reading. It's not that I have finished Mahabhagavat Puran 10 times. It is not, it will not impress Krishna.
Yes.
Even little reading can impress Krishna if I can go. The depth of meditation we are hearing from Mahaprabhu, isn't it? What he is teaching us, depth of meditation, absorption, right? And that is the most difficult part. It's not that to keep us busy is the devotional life. It's not.
Yeah.
Ultimately, of course, in the beginning, because we are still associating with the Rajaguna, means mode of passion, that keeps us always busy. Okay, this one I did, then this, then this. But how much I'm retaining, go deep and crying to Lord, please allow me to realize the love, the loving emotions that we are hearing from Mahaprabhu. How can I progress? Mahaprabhu's gift is enormous. Mahaprabhu's mercy is fathomless. It's like a flood. Now I'm still not drowned in that flood. I'm still on the shore. By keeping myself absorbed materially, I'm trying to understand spiritual subject matter. It's not working. It cannot work. By keeping the material conception alive and at the same time merge into spiritual life, it's not possible. It's intellectual. That's why it is intellectual.
Yeah, because you're just checking things off the list. I've done this, I've done that, like that.
So the point is, means I myself do not see myself progressing just if I whole day hearing classes. Very important point thing for me, my life, I'm saying. One class is enough. One verse from Gita is enough for me. Early morning, I read one verse. Then I stay there for the whole day. And an unlimited realization comes from one verse, actually. That is the real progress. Means this is the way I understand how much depth of realization I have, or shallow or just I am able to speak on the class. Just this is my goal. Nah. Goal is how much I'm realizing, how much I'm developing my relationship with Krishna, my love, loving emotions. All about Mahaprabhu's teaching is loving emotions. Like Rath Yatra has two sides. One is fun side, festival. Another is festival of emotion. Through Mahaprabhu's emotion, we have to attain the Rath Yatra festival. Means the mature devotees, they follow the emotions of Mahaprabhu. Okay, so everyone should find a way to how to become more absorbed in devotional emotion. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much. So
Hare
nice
Krishna,
to
Mataji. Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, the observation, sometimes it's so much of hampered when we are in family life. For me, especially Mataji, we are so much of attached in the family relationship. It's very difficult, Mataji, sometimes to come in this observation, Mataji.
Yes, spiritual life is difficult because we are materially absorbed. It is difficult. Gradually we progress. But how much we have desire to progress spiritually, that depends on us. Because bhakti is independent. Bhakti can be attained in any situation. Ahituki apratihata yayatmasu prasidati. First of all, we think, I'm not able to perform pure bhakti. That is our own mind is telling us. But bhakti is independent of any situation because it's transcendental, spiritual, beyond any material impediment that we do not believe in. The heart has to be given to Krishna. So who can check me? If I am determined to give my heart to Krishna, who can check me? What can check me? Nothing. It is Krishna who is in this heart. It's me. I'm trying to offer my heart to Krishna. Who can check me? What Krishna desires from me? My heart, not my intelligence or my intellectual understanding, nothing. My eloquency, my material prosperity, no. Not a single material situation can block the spiritual progression of love of Krishna, for Krishna. But we believe that it is difficult or it is impossible. For example, natural love between two friends, it remains beyond any problems. Natural love for husband, wife, natural love for between two lovers, natural love for child and mother, natural love from mother to child, remains intact or increases in any situation. Rather, in difficult situation, increases more, right? The relationship, depth of relationship goes more. If we understand the Bhakti Swarupa that Mahaprabhu discussed with Rai Ramananda and Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Bhakti Swarup, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Bhakti is transcendental, beyond any material limitation. Transcendental. Sabai pumsam paro dharma yato bhakti radakshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatmasu prasidati. Bhakti, transcendental bhakti is ahaituki, no cause. Just natural attraction. And apratihata, without any impediments. And that bhakti can satisfy the soul, can make the soul happy. So not in your case, in everyone's case, in my case, Krishna tests us. Krishna gives us challenges. Krishna takes us through the difficulties to see how much we are serious to love him through the heart. That's it. We may not be able to read hours after hours. Just read one verse, but with full attention. Full attention. Then that verse will give you unlimited realization, because all are transcendental. Gita is transcendental, Bhagavatam is transcendental, Caitanya Caritamrta is transcendental. Krishna is seeing how much we have hankering for him, not how much knowledge I have. No, not that. It's natural situation between soul and Supreme Soul. Do not lose hope. Do not lose heart. Just pray to Lord for allowing us to love him despite of so many difficulties. Like every day when I, pay my obeisances to Prabhupada, I just pray one thing. Oh dear Prabhupada, you have given us so nice purports. You have given us so much knowledge and instructions. Now please bless me also to realize your instructions and realize your points. Independently, I cannot have it. Same thing I pray to Mahaprabhu, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. On my own, I cannot accomplish. My heart is hard, steel framed like a rock. Still, I'm yours. That is only my hope. You said, I'm yours. Mamai vangsha jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana. On that basis, just only on that basis, I'm praying to my Lord, dear Lord Krishna. Please empower me. Allow me to realize your points and thus can progress in pure love for you. I have desired to love you purely. Please accept me and empower me. So this is the point. It's not through the brain. It's through the heart. It's the natural growth that I understand. Okay? Anjana Gopika Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So you always inspired me so nicely, Mataji. Reading Bhagavad Gita, everything. I used to think, read Bhagavad Gita means all the purport, but you were telling me you can read this translation. I tried, Mataji. It's so much helpful, Mataji. All the instruction, whatever.
Yeah. Even one verse, one translation is enough. If we are able to meditate on that, yes.
Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes. Thank you, Mataji, for your suggestion. We can end the call, I think, Mataji.
Okay.
Kalpatarvishya kripa sindhu bechapati
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो अनंत
Ananta
कोटि वैष्णव की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय चैतन्य चैतामृत की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण
Savitri Mataji ki jai.
जय
Hare Krishna.